Okay, we'll have a brief prayer and then we'll begin. Nasuti hatap nat perkeru. Didiaska wab amunab nepershepsi. Et nat hatap. Nasuti hatap nat perkeru. Didiaska wab amunab nepershepsi. Et nat hatap. Nasuti hatap nat perkeru. Didiaska uab amunet nefershepsi et ne hata nesudi hatap net perkedu. Didiaska uab amunet nefershepsi et ne hata net duane sefekera senwe hata. Okay, so this evening we are currently in the study of the Temple of Luxor, where we find the essentially the impregnation of Mutamoya by Amu. And this evening I wanted to take a step back. We're going to go through that whole text and discuss it. But I wanted to use this to bring it into context, greater context. Because the two main goddesses at that scene, one is Selket and one is Net. And Net is holding the feet of Mutamoya, and Selket is holding the feet of Amu as they sit on a leonine bench. Here we have, now we're putting it into context so that we can gain a greater understanding philosophically about what is going on in the Luxor temple. So these scenes work together. This depiction is taken from the temple of the Karnak temple, which is also dedicated to Amun. And this is in the Great Hypostyle Hall. And the last time we looked at this was in 2020. And this is in the southern wall of the Hypostyle Hall in the western wing of the Hypostyle Hall. On the left, this is a segment of a larger scene where on the left you have Ramses II with Heru and Kanu pulling a net where they have captured a flock of birds. But we want to pay close attention to this section because of what is occurring with this divinity. In relation to what is going on in the Luxor temple. So we're like plugging these two together, connecting them. In front of her is the divinity Djehuty, Lord Djehuty. And he is He has a cloth, and he's essentially, firstly, he is the divinity of intellect, divine intellect. He is the cosmic mind. And he is also seen at the what is referred to as the judgment scene, writing down the outcome of the soul as the unconscious mind that is conjoined with that soul is being weighed against the feather of Ma'at, or truth. Djehuty is also the one who gives the gift or the boon of what is referred to as Egyptian yoga, or Kemetic yoga. Egyptian, when we're talking about yoga from this mystical perspective, we're talking about the four aspects. And yoga is an Indian Sanskrit term that means union of the higher and lower self, union with the divine. And that Indian Sanskrit term yoga has become popular in the West and has been sort of usurped or used mostly in relation to the physical postures of the yogic discipline from India. In the temple of Asar in Abydos, in the shrine to Seti, there are 7 shrines in that temple. In the right before the first hypostyle hall, there are 7 shrines to essentially 7 divinities. Amun is one, Ra the other, Ptah the other, and Asar, Aset, and Heru, and one extra one to Seti the first. In the shrine to Seti the first, there is an inscription where Djehuty tells Seti that I am gifting you, I am giving you the practice of what is referred to, it's translated to Egyptian yoga, but he used it, obviously the Kemetic term Smaitawi or Simatawi, the union of the two lands, the implication, union of the higher self, higher and lower self, union with the divine. That idea of union is also expressed in the Indian concept of yoga. So Djehuty is the one who gifts the practice of yogic discipline, mysticism, and metaphysics to the spiritual aspirant. And there are 4 disciplines to Simatawi. Rek is one, which is wisdom teachings. Uwashu is second one, which is devotion, devotional worship. Uwa is another one, and that is meditation, the practice of, and the discipline of meditation. And then there is Ma'at Adi, which is the practice of righteous action. These four disciplines are referred to as Shedi. So these are the four Shedi disciplines. Shedi is the ancient Egyptian Kemetic term that means to penetrate, to study intently. So these four disciplines are to be studied intently, to penetrate the mysteries of these disciplines. And this comprise Simatawi, what is commonly referred to as, translated as yoga. So Djehuty gives those disciplines to us, the spiritual aspirant. The priests and priestesses, he gives us the spiritual disciplines. He is also the God of the divinity of intellect, of cosmic mind. And the intellect that is referred to is not so much the intellect of mathematics or geometry, although there is an aspect of that, but the divine intellect, the intellect of insight, knowledge into the nature of divinity and beyond. He is also seen at what is referred to as a judgment scene, as the scribe writing down the outcome of the contents of the unconscious mind. His hands are also two divinities, Shai and Renanet. So his hands are two divinities, Shai and Renanet, and these divinities relate to fortune and destiny of the soul. And that's why has the capacity to write down the outcome of the judgment. He is also the main divinity of a sacred city that is referred to as Kemenu. So he's the Lord of Kemenu, city of Kemenu. Kemenu means eight, so he's the Lord of the city of eight. And the eight refers to eight gods and goddesses that are under his purview. These eight gods and goddesses are Hu, Huhet, Kuk, Koket, Amun, Amunet, Hu, Huhet. And so these eight divinities are under his direction. And therefore, he is the main divinity of these eight. So Hu had Kukuket, Amun Amunet, Nun Nunet. Here he is holding a clock and he's stretching out the clock. And what he's doing is he is measuring the length and the breadth of the universe. He's measuring the dimensions of the universe. Because he's a cosmic mind, he's intellect.